Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. Thank you for joining us wherever you are joining us, be it your favorite podcast platform or even right here on the YouTube channel. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler, Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
You know, I'm doing a lot better today. I was feeling hurt last week about stupid Todd's score.
It was very rude.
Yeah,
very
but
rude.
I realized with how much he's chilling, it's probably like a villain. Hence why he gave it such a bad score. That was undeserved.
I don't think a 3.5 is a bad score.
For that movie, it is.
Okay.
There's a different standard set. And that other voice you hear, ladies and gentlemen, as referenced, is Flesh Wound producer Todd.
What's up? I'm not going to do rude hand gestures like you were doing while we were waiting to get on the air.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was simply here, ready to talk about this movie, Summer Rental, released in 1985, starring John Candy, directed by Carl Reiner. Todd, if you'd please do the honor and roll the trailer.
All right, here we go.
Acknowledge, please. Acknowledge, please. Where are you?
It's okay, Jack.
It's not okay. I got a small plane here. I don't know where it is.
Jack, a fly landed on your screen. Look, Jack, you've been landing planes for 13 years. Face it, you're burned out. You need this rest.
So Jack Chester's taking that lead.
Oh, this is great.
Renting a beach house.
4:15, this is it.
And getting the family ready for the best month of their lives.
Oh. Grab the milk, please.
Here.
Thank you.
Quiet and secluded.
Come on, get out of here.
With outstanding facilities.
Sit down, relax. All right.
Perfectly situated.
Holy fuck.
In a friendly neighborhood.
What do you think of these?
Similar?
I just got them.
Who had them before you?
John Candy's gonna discover what a month in paradise
What? Open the door.
is all about. Summer Rental.
Please. Oh, Mommy, make it better.
That was Summer Rental, released August 9th, 1985, with a runtime of 1 hour and 27 minutes, rated PG, aside from John Candy, also starring Karen Austin, Cary Green, and Joey Lawrence, and also featuring as the main villain of this film, Richard Crenna as Al Pellet. I thought that was amusing due to his role in Rambo. I wasn't expect to see him in a spot like this, but man, this was my first time watching this movie, and I can't help but notice the similarities we had to One Crazy Summer, which we saw a few weeks ago.
I'm just going to say it real quick now. Since after all that in our pre-show, you didn't even mention Rip Torn's in the movie.
Rip Torn is also in the film as Scully.
There we go.
Now, back to what I was saying. Does have some similarities to One Crazy Summer, as we saw. Almost as though, whereas One Crazy Summer was from the perspective of a teenager, or a story that would appeal most to younger audiences, this would be a story that appeals most to older audiences. It would be almost as like a cross between National Lampoon's Vacation and One Crazy Summer.
I feel a little Caddyshack in there too with the class war.
Yes, it did. Yeah. I guess it didn't feel as prominent because with how can I put this? It seemed more like not more like but it could have been some emphasis, subconscious emphasis rather, on the whole like fat, skinny, kind of thing, because he made fun of his weight so many times. But still, I mean, it did feel like a hybrid of those two movies, but still enjoyable. I had plenty of fun with this movie, but initially, right out of the gate, I feel that it was an 80s family comedy. Like some jokes here wouldn't be like in the trailer. We saw the joke about the implants or whatever. Probably wouldn't be in a family comedy today, but in this time, it definitely felt like a family comedy. A lot of the gags, I don't want to say that they were, not forced or too vanilla, just didn't feel right. We recently watched Vacation, where I felt a lot of the things that happened in that, like, yeah, they were ridiculous and each scene felt like its own sketch. And I felt that this film attempted that and sometimes didn't quite hit the mark. Greg?
Yeah, no, there was definitely a hole in the boat of this movie.
I like what you did there.
It was fun. Like this was a movie I'd never seen before. Maybe if I saw it earlier on, when it first came out, maybe there would be some different feelings. I had fun. I was definitely entertained. It's a movie that I would suggest people, if they've not seen it, to watch it. But as much as I appreciate a man who loves his hockey jerseys, wearing a hockey jersey on the beach, come on, man. Like, there's something wrong with that already.
Well, but I think that was intentional because the whole idea of him not knowing what to do on vacation.
Yeah,
So it
fair.
also makes sense that he wouldn't know how to dress on vacation. Because remember, this is John Candy. It's not like you're like, okay, you're supposed to wear a hockey jersey. He'd be like, okay, I'll do whatever you say. Like if it didn't make sense, he wouldn't do it. That was my guess when I saw him in the hockey. Just like, it's pretty funny seeing a guy on the beach with a hockey jersey. Like
All right.
he still looks out of place.
No, fair enough. But yeah, it was fun. I can at least say that much for the movie. Predictable but fun.
Fair point, Todd. You were the one that suggested this, so
Yeah,
because tell
because
us it's a 5-star film
I am not.
because you were so against us with Robin Hood Men in Tights.
No, I suggested this because
Which, by the way, I changed my rating to 5 simply to spite Todd,
Okay, well, it averages
just
a
to be
5 now.
further from his score.
I
Just
feel
to
like
prove how wrong you were.
I feel
But
like this
I'm
is
sorry,
my mystery men pick. I was very disappointed.
Now, but to be fair, this was much better than Mystery.
I will. But this is
yeah.
probably the one that I picked so far. And this is one I hadn't seen. I think I saw it way back in the day, but if I did, there's a reason I've forgotten it over the years because it made me want to watch better John Candy movies. It made me want to
Right.
watch better Carl Reiner movies. I mean, this is
Right.
no Jerk. It's no
Right.
Summer School either.
Sure.
But
But you did mention this one and not Summer School, so
no, I did. You told me we had to save that for next year.
okay, fair point, because I felt it would fit better in June.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
so what the one major thing that really annoyed me, I'm not sure if you guys caught it, is the main plot driver, I feel, doesn't really get established until there's 25 minutes left in the movie.
Yeah.
Because basically it's like, oh, I'll do this. And I was watching this particular part on my phone and I just hit the screen because I wanted to see at what count. Like, how far are we in before, oh, this is the point. Oh, okay. So its pacing was a little weird, but still, there were some great gags. One of my I loved, in an ironic way, were the music choices. The songs kept coming up because sometimes there's some fantastic soundtracks, and sometimes it's like, oh, I'm not gonna get this one. And what makes that so funny is that you had the two teenage kids in the movie, the daughter and her eventual boyfriend, constantly listening to their Walkman. So it's almost like, hey, kids, get this soundtrack.
Oh, that Footloose song wasn't in there on accident. They're literally walking by the poster as it's going down.
Right.
But you didn't need to oversell Footloose. That's a classic.
Fair. Even hearing the Axel Foley thing was like,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
man.
All Paramount stuff. They were using this to advertise better movies.
Hey. When it came to my favorite, this does have a few favorite lines. I had a hard time picking between some of these, but I think the one that made me laughed the hardest is when you had a particular scene where papers needed to be signed and the individual couldn't find a flat surface, so he closed a casket, signed these papers, and that had to do with the death of this individual and him getting ownership. That just made me, it just felt so dark and out of place in this type of movie that swerve made me laugh out loud very hard. How about you, Todd?
Mine was, hold on, let me pull it up. It was the Smurfs, the Papa Smurf scene where he's like, "Oh, so you're trying to watch the Smurfs?" Yeah. Did you see the one where Papa Smurf took a crutch and smashed the shit out of this guy with the red hat? Did you see that one? You want to see that one? Yeah. That one got me.
I also want to give props to the one point he was drunk and he used the word Simonatic. Simonatic made me chuckle pretty hard. Now, Greg, to your point, it was predictable and it was slow at times. But at the end of the day, if you're just killing time, you've never seen it, it's worth a watch once. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it again. But there were some moments that I enjoyed. Todd obviously feels differently, but this was his second time watching it, and Greg and I have yet. Oh,
well, it is, I think, but I didn't remember anything about it.
Okay, so was this your third time?
No.
Would you know if it was your third time?
How many times have you seen this movie, Todd?
I think once. The only thing I remembered going in
was your second time watching it.
I think so. I may not have watched it.
Let me finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
So now we know that the sky is blue. Now wait a second. There was one time when I saw that the sky was orange.
I think I saw it
because the sun was setting. So because the sun was setting. Oh wait. Oh right. Never mind. The sky was blue.
Don't make me push the button, Ozzy.
Don't push the button.
Push it.
Don't
push it.
Don't do it, Todd. Don't do it.
Do it.
So anyway, as I was saying, I paused on purpose. I hate that button.
Just when you thought it wasn't going to happen.
Just when I thought it wasn't going to happen. I paused on purpose to let it happen. And just as I came back. Wow. Okay. Now to the rating. But okay, back to what I was going to say. This was Todd's second time watching it, and he just gave a visual cue. Let's just say it was at least your second time. He's saying, I'm probably not going to watch this again. Greg and myself still have yet to see it for a second time. So that's why we'll say maybe one time we'll watch it again. And probably after that, never again. I was actually hoping you would say this was my third time watching it. So that way I could equate it to the how to get to a center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. 1, 2, 3. That's it with the movie.
Wouldn't you just do 3 strikes, you're out?
But that's in relation to baseball, and baseball just sucks.
Okay. You know, the only thing I remember out of this movie is John Candy walking on the beach. So I could have just seen the poster.
Fair point. I'm not a fan. This is the poster that Todd is referring to. I'm not a particular fan when they have the gag here as the joke in the movie, because I was like, oh yeah, like in the poster. That's not fun. And I don't know, I've never been to a beach in Florida, but would people be that close? I mean, God, get some space, people. Why you gotta be all close to each other? Do you guys have any experience on a Florida beach? I've never seen that on a California beach.
Have you been there on Memorial Day?
Oh, is it like that on Memorial Day?
It gets
because I've been to. I used to go to the beach all the time for 4th of July. I never saw it like that. But
I've seen it bad. I don't, if it was that bad, but it was close.
Anyhow, back to the rating of this film. I would give it. I want to give it a 3 because I would want to say it's average.
2.5's average.
Okay, then it's a 2.5.
Done. Demoted.
Well, I'm
You
a
know-
2.5 too, so I'm just throwing it out
It's
there.
average
so-
across the board. But I would say it's still better than Mystery Men.
No,
Yeah.
Because I still at least laughed more than I did with Mystery Men. Mystery Men just made me upset. The last hour, I was just like, I'm such an idiot. That's what I kept telling myself.
It's all right. We
Disappointing.
made sure to tell you too.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Yeah.
So
You
2.5
know-
for me. Todd says 2.5. Greg, what do you say?
You know, I do, since I didn't get to say the funniest part.
Oh,
do
I'm
get to-
sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fine. I
Todd
think-
was
no,
a jerk
it's-
and did the sound. Blame Todd. Remember
No.
Todd's the jerk from last week?
That is true.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. Jerk Deucer Todd.
There we go.
I do understand. You probably were like, look, there's not many funny moments, so let's limit it to 2 people. And as a matter of fact, my funny moment would have been right before Todd's, that whole scene where he clears out the house, because I feel it's so relatable that Ozzy knows well. I've lived at a few houses where there may have been quite a few people that I did not want there at the time. And man, did that help with my inner rage of just wanting to be like, get out of here! I got work in the morning. Oh, man. So,
I laughed harder
yeah.
there than I did in the movie.
so that aside, I agree with everyone. It's a 2.5. It was fun. Glad I watched it. John Candy's always a good time, but not really my cup of tea.
We should mention, if you want to check it out yourself, it is, as of this recording, screening on HBO Max.
And when is this being recorded, Todd?
Does it matter?
Well, because as of this recording, we could have recorded this 2 months ago for all they know.
Well, as of 6/20, but
As of 6/20, June 20th. In case
now
you
we're
don't-
giving away when we recorded it. Jeez, Ozzy.
You're the one that started it. I had to finish it. I mean, you can't just leave it there like an open-ended. What is this? Lost? No, it's not. It's a podcast. It's not.
When
a TV
this
show about an
when this
island.
airs, it'll still be on HBO Max. That's why I didn't give a date.
There's a good
Feel like
chance.
this is
Well,
part of the
then why
Matrix,
did you even
not
say?
knowing time.
Hold on a second. Then why did you even say as we're recording? See, now
Because
I
if
feel like
someone-
I'm now I
no,
feel like
be-
I'm doing like a Larry David thing. Why are you making me analyze this, Todd?
Because if someone's watching this in a year, then it will be as of this recording.
Point, Todd. Still a jerk.
Jerk Deucer Todd. Now, this does conclude
That's-
this week. Wait, have we? Okay, so you gave the
Or
rating.
would it be
We gave them
pro
a
jerker Todd? I don't know which.
Pro
Both,
jerker
both,
Todd.
both of these things do not sound like what you think they sound like.
How about? Yeah. Well, okay. That's not too important right now, though.
no.
No, it's not. But what is important is that we will be back next week with a new episode where we will be reviewing one of my favorite films of all time, Anchorman. And I can't wait to jump into that discussion. You can join us next week. And once again, actually, you guys have anything else before we head out? Almost forgot.
Man, I'm just looking forward to Anchorman after this. It's going to be a great palate cleanser.
As am I. I don't know. I think Todd's going to be upset about it because he's a damper on everything. So, I mean, he rated Robin Hood Men in Tights was it 3.5 when we gave it 5s, and he suggested we watch this movie. So,
Oh, no, you can't do that, mystery man.
okay, fine.
Greg can do that.
Hey,
That's right.
Greg, don't
Until-
screw it up.
Oh, we'll watch Lost Skeleton sometime.
Oh no.
He said this October, so that's happening.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is world famous juggler Greg Larson, Flesh Wound producer Todd, and I'm Ozzy V. See you next week right here on Flesh Wound Farce.